Okay, so we're working on the K-swap here. First thing, you're gonna obviously, I've stripped this engine down pretty good, like no manifolds, no accessories, took the timing cover off. So basically the first thing you're gonna wanna do is obviously take the timing cover off, take the oil pan off, and then you see this K24 oil pump. We're gonna end up replacing that guy with a pump from a K20, which is gonna be this one right here. And this is your part number right here. And basically this is gonna allow you to rev a little bit better, freer, even a little bit higher. So I'm gonna take this off, and this one unfortunately is not a direct bolt-on. So basically, like, it is a direct bolt-on, but basically what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to cut this structure out here, trays from the stock K24. These two windage trays are gonna also need to be removed, and you're gonna have to replace it with this guy, which is gonna be from the K20. So this is gonna be your K20 windage tray. This is the part number right here. And basically on this one, you're gonna have to trim the rear end off this. Basically I was sent this by Toge factory, so it's already been trimmed for me. But if you get yours from Honda, there's gonna be like a little lip like this on the back. It's gonna need to be trimmed in order to clear the oil pan. For this guy, it's just gonna go in just like okay. So I'm gonna still have to trim this guy a little bit right there. So as you can see, that's why this thing needs to be trimmed. Yeah, so I'm gonna trim this right now and I'll test fit it again. So basically this is the final trim. Basically you're gonna have to clear this bolt, you're gonna have to shave this a bit and this whole area in order for it to fit right there. It fits perfect. Okay, so you're also going to want to pull out this guy. Basically, if you don't pull that out, you're going to have low oil pressure. It's basically just like a restrictor pill. What I'm going to do to remove that is I'm going to just thread a screw into it and pull it right out. I'm told it's a threaded hole. We're just going to plug it with, I think it's a 12 mil bolt and some RTV. Okay, so this is what it looks like. As you see, I just put a screw in there and it literally just popped right out. It is a threaded hole. So like I said, I was told it's a 12 mil bolt, and I'm just gonna grab some RTV and we'll fire in there. All right, so we got some RTV on a 12 mil bolt. I crank her down there. Just nice and snug, not too crazy. Good. Okay, that's a windage tray installed. The K20 windage tray. All right, so I also changed to an RBC cam gear from the factory RBB. They're both Honda parts. The only difference is the RBB, I believe you get about 20 degrees timing, whereas the RBC you can get up to 40 degrees, which is a nice little upgrade. All right, so we're all back together. I got a new timing chain tensioner. That's the part number. And here's a new K20 oil pump chain guide. All right, so basically I'm getting ready to put the valve cover on. Basically what you're going to want to do is put a little dab of RTV in these four corners. Valve cover's on. And then honestly, I must say this K-tuned valve cover is absolutely beautiful. All right, crank pulley is installed. So basically, if you have a JDM engine, your water pump housing is going to be different than a USDM. So if you're planning on using all your JDM stuff, like your tensioner, your water, or your power steering pump, and all that kind of stuff, the stuff that mounts to the actual housing, you're fine. But in my case, I'm using like a USDM power steering pump, USDM tensioner. So basically the housing is going to be different between USDM and JDM. Basically, if you get the USDM housing, you'll be good to go. The only other thing is going to be this one stud right here. You're going to have to pull the long one and exchange it with the short one. So just that quick heads up, you're going to need to change the stud as well as the housing if you are going to be using the USDM accessories with your JDM motor. If you have a USDM motor, you don't have to worry about it. If you have a JDM motor and you're using all the JDM stuff, you don't have to worry about it. But in my case, I'm using a JDM engine with a USDM, like the accessories to bolt to it. So I'm gonna have to change the water pump housing and this one stud. Everything else, you're good to go. Water pump and housing installed. Got the thermostat on. I also got the engine mounts. All right, just installed the TF Works oil pickup. All right, oil pan is installed. It's a really nice pan. The only heads up I would say is, so you got like 3 bolts that are gonna go in the front. Everything else is Allen head screws. I'm gonna go ahead and just say, just go out and buy all bolts. Don't even use the Allen keys. They're kind of a pain in the ass. I also had to customize another one of these things. Some of these are quite tight, as you can see. Yeah, it was just much easier to deal with these bolts. So yeah, if anything I would change, I would say go ahead and just change out all these Allen heads to bolts. It's gonna make your life a lot easier. We're gonna be going with this 3-inch parent exhaust. It's actually a nice piece. All right, so that's gonna be it for ep1. I'm still waiting on some parts, the clutch, the flywheel, and the turbo.